finally saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 just recently in this past weekend. I know it's a month late, and I do apologise because I was been really busy, work, life. Other movies came out like Oppenheimer, Ninja Turtles, Barbie, and so many other films, and I've not got a chance to talk about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. So let's get into this. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is a 2023 film directed by Christopher McQuaid, I think I pronounced that director's name correctly if I'm wrong, who directed Rogue Nation and Fallout. Of course, he's directing this, and along with Part 2 coming out next year. Ethan Hunt and his team must save the world again and run against time against this so-called an AI before it falls into the wrong hands. Looking at off straight off the bat, the Mission Impossible movies has been really good. I really like the Mission Impossible movies. The first film I enjoyed. Mission Impossible 2, not so much. Mission 3 is very underrated. Protocol is one of the best out of the bunch. Rogue Nation, definitely a bit of a step down from Ghost Protocol, but still great. I think it's still a great film nonetheless. Fallout is probably my second favourite, and Dead Reckoning Part 1 is arguably the best, probably the third best, or maybe second. I need to debate on that, but to say this now, I really like this movie. I really love this film. I think it's arguably one of the best action films I've seen this year. I've yet to see John Wick. That's heard as supposed to be the best action movie of this year, but I'll say that for another time. This one, I think this has the more higher stakes, and this is a two-part film. This is a big storyline, so this is supposed to be a big two-parter. So this film is going to end with a cliffhanger, so it makes you go back to see Part 2 for next year. Nice number 2, Return of the Jedi or Infinity War, which is basically like a cliffhanger. You have to wait till 3 years, till how long you had to wait for. But thankfully, we have now Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. The story is very engaging. It's keeping me on top of my feet the whole entire time. It's on the edge of my seat. It felt really invested. And final works know what's going on. You actually feel the depth of the story. There's a lot of stakes happening here, which I honestly makes me appreciate this film a lot more because it has more stuff going on and a lot setting up. Come on, it's Tom Cruise. You know what you expect from him. His performance is always great, as always in these films. He's know he's going to be good, but of course, you know what he's going to be good at, the stunts. You know he's going to do some crazy stuff happening, especially in that motorcycle thing in the movie where he jumps through that cliff to get into the train, which is the final sequence of the film. Mind-blowing. Speaking of that, every time there's a scene in the movie, because you know how Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and Fallout, you always keep thinking to myself, okay, how are you ever going to do top that? Oh, okay, you're mind-blowing there. They're going to top that. Oh, okay. How are they going to top? Oh, okay. It's some crazy stunts, action, the visual, the spectacle, everything about this film. It felt natural. It felt like a complete, just knows it never slows down. It just picks up. When it does slow down, we get into the characters, especially Ethan Hunt. No, Mission Impossible is not about death and characters, but you do get an amount of why Ethan Hunt joins the team and why he's doing this. But it's kind of like what you know from this character standpoint from the films that I set up before. Including some new additions, especially Haley Atwell, which Haley Atwell as Grace honestly is a great addition to this franchise. Haley Atwell is, I can watch her anytime, kick some ass, like she was Agent Carter in the MCU. But she's a good actress, and she definitely has some good amount of presence in the screen time, and her Ashdale stands on her own. And of course, especially at the final sequence of the train is probably the most heart-pounding moment, because when the action scenes does come, my adrenaline is through the roof. It's just felt really focused on the action, and there's a lot of heart-pounding moments. There are moments like, oh my god, how are you going to get out of this? And the action scenes are just incredible. I was shaking to the bones, like what is going to happen here, but it's so good. It was so good. For the Mission Impossible theme, we all hear from the open logos that dun 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 dun. As far as the villain goes, I can't remember the actual name of the character's name, but the villain though is really good here. He does have some motivation why he's doing this, and honestly, I'm more excited what's going to happen in part 2 with the storyline. It's going to be mind-blowing, if you know what I mean. Setting up for part 2. It does leave a wee cliffhanger at the end, and it does give you like that, holy shit, what's going to happen next with this AI that is supposed to be destroying the whole entire world, which piece of the key to how to stop this AI from destroying the world before it falls into the wrong enemy hands. It's kind of an interesting, intriguing plot. I don't know what to say about this movie. I think I've said most of everything I said about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I would say go and see this movie. It is worth your time. You will have fun with this movie. This is action-packed, heart-pounding. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise. It is what you expect from it. It's so good. It's so good. Not just good, I will say, but great. Impossible to top this. This is arguably the best film of the year so far, along with Cross the Spider-Verse, by the way. So that's my general thoughts on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. My rating for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is cinematic masterpiece. Go and see this movie. Go and see it if you can. Or if you want to wait till digital, watch it. You will not be disappointed. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me your thoughts on the film. Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright? Or do you hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below. And of course, guys, till next time, see ya!